Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Agora Models Build the ROUTEMASTER. We're on pack 10 this evening, and we're doing stage 98. Yeah, stage 98. This is moving along really quickly now. So, and yeah, stage 98. Goodness me, it is one I have been dreading all week. Yeah, I can tell you. So, basically, what we're doing, we're putting the back lower part of the framework on. But before we're doing that, we're putting some wires together and sorting out the wires and the circuit board and the battery box and little things like that. So yeah, it's the biggest issue. It's the one that's got lots and lots of electronics to do, which is why tonight I've got a special guest. And my special guest tonight is Horlix.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is good. How are you?
Not so bad, yeah. So yeah, we're doing okay. So, and goodness me, I've just looked across to the side here for the chat. Goodness me, we've got an enormous amount of chat tonight. So, if you want to make a start on that, I'll just switch our cameras around.
Okay, so there you go. First in, I've got Mark's Modz here. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Mark.
Evening, Mark. We have Ian Campbell. Hi, Mark's Modz.
Hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian. Gillian Dots. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Gillian.
Good evening, Gillian. Mark's Modz says hi, Ian Campbell. Ian Campbell says hi, Gillian. Gillian Dots says hi, Ian Campbell. Jay's channel. Good evening, all. Hope everyone is okay and well.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay. Ian says hi, Jay. Ian says hi, at DS Models and Vintage. Hey, mate. Good luck with tonight's build.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
Yorkshire Crafter says good evening, everyone.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie. Ian says hi, Julie. Yorkshire Crafter says hi, Ian. Peter Webster says evening, Gillian, Julie, Mark, Jay, and Ian.
Hello.
Yorkshire Crafter says evening, Peter. Gillian Dot says evening, Peter. Ian says hi, Peter. Got something off in the post to you. You probably had the email. So there you go. Mark's Mod says good evening, and Peter Webster. Peter Webster says I've indeed, thank you, Ian, got the email earlier. So hiya, Peter Webster again. Ian Campbell says Mark's Mods, remind me, who came up with the idea of the mini assembly cushion?
Yeah.
Mark's Mods says Ian Campbell, that was me again.
Yeah.
Crafty Chris, good evening, everyone.
Hello, darling.
Ian says, I thought so. Okay, Mark, far away, order one and I'll refund you in the full and get Mrs. Partworks on it. Awesome. Ian Campbell says, hi, Chris. Mark Small says, okay, we'll do, Ian. Crafty Chris says, hi, Ian. Peter Webster says, I shall be using my build map for the first time tomorrow too. Start building the 9 packs of the Samba bus.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I can't wait to get more into mine.
Yeah.
Ian Campbell says, how are you, Chris? All good, I hope. Peter Webster says, hi, Chris. We have Daft DMC. Good evening, all.
Hi, Daft DMC.
Ian says, excellent, Peter. Warren James says, hi, all. Good luck tonight, Dave.
Thank you. Hi, Warren.
Crafty Chris says, hi, Peter. Peter says, hi, Warren, and hi to Darth. Warren James says, hi, Peter. Ian says, hi, Warren. Yorkshire Crafter says, how's Mrs. Partworks doing, Ian? Dave Builds. Good evening, everyone in chat. Good luck with your build, Sir Dave, and have a great show. And good evening to the hosts. So, hi,
Dave. Mac.
Warren James says hi, Ian. Ian says hi, Dave Mac Builds. Peter says hi, Dave Mac. Dave Mac Builds says evening, Ian Campbell and Peter Webster. Ian says, Yorkshire Crafter, she's fully recovered, thanks, back to full strength, and I've sent her back into the sewing room.
Oh, really good.
Marie says, evening, everyone. So,
Hi, ma'am.
Warren James says, evening at Dave Matt Builds. Ian says, hi at Marie. Peter Webster says, hi, Marie. Yorkshire Crafter says, that's good. Laugh out loud. Ian. Ian says, I must update my profile picture. I look nothing like this one. More like a Duncan Goodhue. Dave Matt Builds says, evening at Mark's Modz, Gillian Dots, Jay's channel, Yorkshire Crafter, Crafty Chris, and Warren James. Gillian Dots says, evening Dave Matt Builds. Yorkshire Crafter says, evening Dave Matt Builds. And Crafty Chris says, hi at Dave Matt. Warren James says, evening at Yorkshire Crafter and Crafty Chris. Yorkshire Crafter says, evening at Warren James. Crafty Chris says, hi Warren. And Peter Webster says, I put a quick short on my channel showing my completed leopard tank build.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, look out for that.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that one.
Mark's Mod says, Ian Campbell, I have ordered one at Ian. Crafty Chris says, hey Warren. Ian says, thanks Mark's fully refunded too. Mark's Mod says, Dave Matt Builds, good evening. Yorkshire Crafter says, Ian Campbell, could even a smaller mat be done for the crafters to use, say, half A4 size?
Ooh.
There we go. Crafty Chris says, thanks for the sub, Peter Webster. Mark's Mod says, Ian Campbell, many thanks, mate. Or Ian Campbell says, the one we have at Yorkshire Crafter is 30 by 20. It's close to A4. You need smaller? Question mark. Dave Matt Builds says, thanks for subscribing at Peter Webster. I've subbed to your channel also. Lovely, good to hear. Facebook user says, hello Dave, and to everyone watching.
Hi, Facebook user. Is that Alex?
Peter Webster says, evening Dave S.
Hello.
Ian Campbell says, good to see the Spitmaster behind you at DS Models and Vintage.
Well, I've actually got a T-shirt, and I was going to wear the T-shirt, but yeah, that's the Spitmaster. It's all you're doing, you know, Ian. All you're doing. It's all your fault is that one.
Yeah. John's Mono making evening, Dave, and all in chat. Hi, John.
Good evening.
Peter Webster says, hi, Alex. Ian Campbell says, hey, Horlix, hope you're well, mate. Yeah, not too bad. I sort of had a bit of an incident earlier, and now I'm hobbling about, but I'm sure I'll be all right. I hope. Dave Matt Builds says, either the Spitfire Master or Root Fire at Ian Campbell, laugh out loud. He says, haha, Dave Matt Builds. Dave Matt Builds says, Spitmaster, I meant, Ian.
Yeah.
Crafty Chris says, hi, Horlix. Hi, Chris. Alex Demetrius says, good evening, Horlix. Thank you. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Dave Matt Builds says, evening, Horlix. Hello. Hello. Ian Campbell says, hi, Alex Demetrius. Peter Webster says, hi, Alex D. Mark's Mod says, wow, 18 watching. Let's smash the like button.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
David Bassett says, good evening, it's Dave. Ding, ding.
Good evening, David.
Peter Webster says, hi, Dave B. David Bassett says, good evening to all in chat.
Good evening.
Dave Matt Builds says, evening at David Bassett. Ian Campbell says, Peter Webster, I've got the Leopard 2, all the issues, just got to find the time to build. Yorkshire Crafter says, thank you, Peter Webster, for the sub. Alex Demetrius says, good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Alex.
Ian Campbell says, Peter Webster, what is your channel name? Okay. David Bassett says, so evening to Dave Matt Builds, Peter Webster, Horlix, Mark's Mods, Crafty Chris, Yorkshire Crafter, Ian Campbell, Alex Demetrius, and Warren James.
Hello.
Ian says, hi, David Bassett. Yorkshire Crafter says, just an idea, Ian Campbell. Ian Campbell says, that was such a funny stream we had at DS Models Vintage. Yeah, it was. David McBill says, evening at John's Model Making. Peter Webster says it's simply Peter Webster, Ian. Yorkshire Crafter says, evening at David Bassett. Oh, Ian Campbell says, no worries at Yorkshire Crafter, I'll look into it. John's Model Making says, evening at Dave McBuilds. Ian Campbell says, thanks, Peter. Mark's Modz says, evening at David Bassett. Alex Demetrius says, hello, Peter Webster and Ian Campbell and David Bassett. And we have Stuart Sullivan. Evening, everyone.
Hi, Stuart. Thanks for joining, Stuart Sullivan. So yeah, wow.
Hi, Stuart. And then last one for the minute. Ian Campbell says, congrats. The end of the chat. Well, it was. David Bassett says, evening at John's Model Making. Warren James says, evening at David Bassett.
Oh my goodness me.
Stuart Sullivan says, hi, guys. Peter Webster says, hi, Stuart.
Okay, I think we'll stop it there. Okay, right. Thank you ever so much for that, Horlix. Yeah, it just shows you how popular this model is. So yeah, this is the ROUTEMASTER bus from Agora Models, of course. So you can get yours, of course, if you want one. Oh, that's it. Right. All right, I won't click up for a minute. So we've got Agora Models running across the bottom here now. So yeah, get in touch with the lovely people there at agoramodels.com, and you'll find the ROUTEMASTER bus on there. You can have a 12-month subscription, a 24-month subscription. You can have a half pack, you can have a 4-pack, or you can have several other bits and pieces that will give you a good starter on this model for sure. You also get the lots of other bits and pieces when you join the site. So you'll get an email every month, which is like a newsletter, and you'll be kept up to date with what's going on in the new part works that they do bring out. So yeah, there's lots and lots of other interesting and large-scale museum quality models at agoramodels.com. So yeah, go and have a look at them guys across there after my stream, of course. And after we do this mammoth bit on the ROUTEMASTER. So tonight I'm just going to add this to the stream, and then we'll share this, and we'll have we'll share you what's going on. So tonight then, so where we left off from before then, yesterday evening, was fitting the rain shields, and I had a couple of rain shields to fit on the bus. I've done them. So I did them directly after the stream. So tonight's issue then, we're organising the wiring, and we're fitting a roof panel. It's the second roof panel is supplied together with finishing strips. We also arranged the wiring neatly around the circuit board. And this is one of the reasons why my good friend here, Horlix, has joined tonight. Thank you very much for that, Horlix. Indeed, I very, very much appreciate that, because he is wiring king, aren't you, Horlix?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but
well, well, hopefully he's going to guide me through it, because I'm next to useless coming to wiring. So, and I've been dreading this issue right from the very beginning. I'll admit that. But once this issue is out the way, guys, you have pretty much sorted the wiring apart from the back end of the bus. So, and that's only a couple of bulbs and what have you in the back end of the bus. So yeah, this is a great big step, and it's a step where you put your battery box in, and you start anchoring the wires down and everything, so behind the bus. And then after that, of course, we put the metal work on. We put the framework on of the bus at the back end there, which finishes off all the sides of the bus apart from the back end. And then after that, we're going to be putting the roof panel on as well, if we've got time. Hopefully we have in this stage. Stage 99, because we're nearly at the end of the pack now, is another roof panel. and another couple of strips. So, and stage 100 is the window trim and finishing strips around the front windows. So, and that will finish off pack 10. Now I'm hoping to do that sort of midweek, so I'm well ahead of myself then, because I want to try and catch up a little bit with the blue ROUTEMASTER if I can. And yeah, so there we go. So let me come back to StreamYard and remove that from the screen, and then I'm going to change my camera and stop that banner, and I'm going to get Horlix to bring up the rest of the chat, because there's an awful lot more chat coming. So I'm going to change my camera.
Okay, so John's model making says evening at David Bassett. Ian Campbell says stop, laugh out loud. Stuart Sullivan says I'm sorry screwing things up.
That's all right.
That's right. David Bassett says evening at Stuart Sullivan. Peter Webster says hi John. John's model making says hi Peter. Ian Campbell says just subscribe to Peter Webster. David Bassett says it's no surprise, Sir Dave, with real ROUTEMASTERs back in service in central London starting again yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, I did see that, and I will talk about that in a little while.
Peter Webster says thank you, Ian. John's model making says how many screws tonight, Dave?
Probably about 35.
Mm-hmm. Peter Webster says my finished T800 and R2D2 are on the channel as well. More builds being added. Oh. Excellent, Peter Webster. Did you get all our mods? Little smiley face. And David Bassett says good luck with all the electrics tonight, Dave. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, so I'm going to go full screen. Thank you very much for that, Horlix, because doing the chat tonight is no mean feat. I can tell you, because there's a lot of people in tonight. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please press the subscribe button and ring the bell, and you'll be notified of any other videos that I actually do. And while you're doing that as well, please subscribe to Horlix's channel. So Horlix, as spelled on the screen with Horlix there. So, and Horlix as one wishing man that he wants to get at least to 1,000 subs, which would be really nice. So yeah, if you don't mind, subscribe to Horlix's channel, because Horlix does an awful lot more than what I do, and is more interesting than just messing around with buses. So, and also in the link down below, you'll see the link in the description. You'll see a couple of things in there. You'll see everybody else's channel that's connected to our community. So everybody else that streams in our community, you'll see their channels in there too that you can join. And you will also see a link to partworkupgrades.com. So have a look at partworkupgrades.com as well for their links, for their bits and pieces for the ROUTEMASTER and any other models that they're doing. So it's worthwhile looking in there. So that's partworkupgrades.com. Have a look in the link there. And have a look at also Peter Curtin's link, which is an email. Unfortunately, it's just an email. So you'll have to email him. So if you're looking for stickers for your bus, outside stickers or inside stickers, he does a absolute massive pack now of different sorts of stickers. So he'll return your email and he'll send you a list of all the relevant stickers that you're interested in for your bus, if you want different ones to the ones that's coming out with Agora. So, and he also does bespoke ones as well. So if you wanted something special, he would no doubt come out and make something special for you. Obviously, that he does charge for that, and he does charge for all the other stickers. But he is, can I say, that is very, very, very reasonable on price. So yeah, yeah, catch him while he can, guys. Peter Curtin, his email address is in my description in the video below. Okay, right. Okay, let's get on with tonight's issue then. So tonight's issue we're organising the wiring. I'm using these hash instructions, and I'm hoping that my co-pilot here, Horlix, is just going to read some instructions out to me as we go along. So I haven't undone the pack yet, because that's still in on the pack. So that's the roof panel and the strips. And yeah, I can see 2 strips in there. Thought I could only see 1. So yeah, I can see 2. And there's a pack of screws in there somewhere as well. Yeah, there's a pack of screws in there. Now, I haven't undone that yet, and that's because we're going to be building, putting these wires in, and then we're going to be putting this side on that we built earlier. So, and I did finish this off last night with the rain hood on there. Okay, as you can see. So that was the last rain hood that we had to put on. And while I'm at it as well, I might as well just give them a quick polish over. And I'm doing that with a cloth that I actually got from my opticians. So we had to go to the opticians this week, and we got some cloths from my opticians, and they're actually just glasses cleaning cloths, so spectacle cleaning cloths, and they are the best thing out for polishing your model and for getting rid of sticky fingerprints, etc. So yeah, and if you just want to breathe on your parts, then it just makes them come off a bit more as well. So
definitely, yeah. The problem is if you use like kitchen roll or toilet paper or anything along that line, 1, you get a lot of lint and fluff over them, and 2, you can actually quite easily scratch the plastic with that stuff, especially kitchen paper.
You certainly can, yeah, you certainly can. Right, so what I am going to do is try and organise these wires the best way I can, and see if I've got everything plugged in and everything in the right place. And with Horlick's help tonight, hopefully we can get somewhere. I've not got black tape, I've got some yellow tape. I've got my screwdrivers at the ready. I have got a cutter at the ready, yes, I've got a pair of scissors and everything else that I might need. So, and yeah, I've got some oil for later on as well for putting this side in and everything. I'm going to actually just take the batteries out the battery box, because I've been looking after it very, very carefully all the time. We've been fixing it together, and I don't want the extra weight of the batteries pulling the battery box down. So at the moment, I'm taking them out. I have actually tested all the wiring on the bus, and it all absolutely works perfectly. So I should have showed you that on screen, but I didn't. So you have to take my word for it. So I'm ready when you are, Horlix, if you want to start on the instructions.
Yes, okay. So the first step, then, we need to plug in a couple of cables. So one being 72B labelled O, which may already be done, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I'm actually plugged in, but I'm actually going to look and see if I can find it.
So that will be the second plug from the left at the top row.
Yeah, well, I can assure you now that it's actually plugged in. Yes, I can see it's plugged in.
Okay, and then the other one is 72C, which is labelled G, and that is actually the bottom far right, and that is a black and red cable.
And that is in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in 2. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is one complete then.
Brilliant.
Right. Okay. This is where it gets tricky. So, stage 2. There's a little balloon that says we have given each group of cables a colour and labelled them in the diagrams with the colour. The colours of the labels groups are not related to the colours of the cables.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to need to group the cables together into strands.
Yeah.
As follows.
Okay.
So you need to take the cables labelled in the light blue in coming down from the upper deck.
Yeah.
Right? And you should have, which I appreciate it's probably going to take a little bit of looking at, but you want wire J.
So that's the green one, I believe, yeah.
You want
wire J, yeah.
J, 55H J. That should actually be black and red.
Oh, it's green and yellow. Or it does go into black and red, doesn't it?
Oh, is that the extensions we had on?
Yeah, it does go into black and red, and it goes back up there into black and red. So, right. So, it's green and yellow and black and red. Now, I've just got to work out where the black and red goes up that way. Okay. So, let me just try and depict these two out then. So, we've got yellow and green and black and red. Now, they should be cable J. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. J. Yeah, J1 is in the list as well, so that's good. So those two.
I may have to just swing things around a little bit, because what I want to try and do is get them a bit neater than what they are. So if you just give me a moment.
That's fine. Just shout when you're ready. And that's the thing. That's what I did, because it ends up being a bit of a spaghetti, doesn't it? And it might to unplug some things and replug them in if you need to.
That's right. Yeah, and if a cable goes under one that you don't want it to go under, and everything else. So yeah, it's just a case of getting them sort of sorted out a little bit, so that you can, and then obviously putting your plugs back together correctly and what have you. So okay, so we've got them two there. So that red one goes underneath them. So I don't actually like them to go over the top. So I might have to unplug them and reposition that one. So let's unplug them, drag that way, and let's reposition them. So where's my plug? There it is. Okay. So that's repositioning them. It's still going under that one, which I don't like. But there's not an awful lot I can do about that, I don't think. Let's have a look. Okay. So I could do with a junction on the red and white, and we haven't got a junction on the red and white we can pull out. So I suppose, no, I can't go anywhere other than that. That's a shame. Anyway, I think the other wires might connect with them. That's it. That's got them separated a bit. Okay, that's them separated a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we need to find 56C, which is another black and red, and that's cable labelled N for November.
Okay, that's that one. Yeah, I've got that one. Is this one grouped together with these other two?
Yeah, those. Yeah, all of this is one group. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
71H you want now, which is a 71A, which is a H wire, and that is another black and red.
That'll be that one. Let me just make sure it's that one. H wire, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a H wire. I'm sure it is. Yep, that's a H wire. Yep, got that one.
Okay, and then you've got 71C, which is a red and green cable, and that's labelled M.
That'll be that one. Let's just check that, double check that it's labelled M. Yes, it's labelled M, or a W upside down. Yeah.
Okay, and then you've got 71D, which is labelled L, and that is a black and white cable.
And that will be that one, I'm presuming. Let's have a quick look. Labeled L, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, L for Lima, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. And then 80J, which is a F cable, and they should be the group of white and grey cables, and there should be 2 of those coming from the top.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Yeah, there's 2 of them coming from the top, and they're connected via a junction. Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct. Okay, so is that my group of wires that I'm coming down here with?
Yes. So you now need to arrange them with the wall panel 49C.
Okay. Jolly good. Well, it might take me a few minutes to obviously do this. I don't know whether there's any chat. Do you want to bring the chat up? Or?
Absolutely. So we've got Peter Webster saying, I've not long moved over to building. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I've not long moved over to building again, Ian. Had a huge collection of reptiles and exotic animals I've had to part with due to losing my sight. Oh. Ian says, thanks to DS Models and Vintage. Ian Campbell says, Peter Webster, sorry to hear that, mate. Peter Webster says, I'm happy building part works, RC, and flying RC aircraft now, Ian. And Ian Campbell says, that's great, Peter.
Yeah.
Daft DMC says, surely there must be an easier way to deal with that tangled mess.
No.
No, there's so many gadgets and bells and whistles, you know, it's... Ian Campbell... Sorry.
No, go on.
Yeah, Ian Campbell has a smiley face.
Okay.
Ian Campbell says, if you can navigate the spaghetti in Birmingham, this should be easy. Hee.
I've been around the spaghetti in Birmingham. Don't like it. Sorry.
Warren James says, I'm going to put my phone on charge, catch the stream a bit later.
Okay, thank you.
And that's chat up to date. Yes, that's looking nice and neat, Dave.
Well, we're trying. But yeah, so I'm obviously coming down. I'm just a bit wary of that wire, actually. I like to have that on the other side. So...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any more slack on that, but looking at the image, that is closer to the bottom.
Yeah, there's actually 2 other junctions on this wire.
Yeah.
So exactly the same. So yeah. There isn't actually an awful lot of small slack on that wire. Just let me check a bit further up here. Oh, there could be. Oh, dear me. Oh, excuse me. I had a Chinese for my tea, and it's repeating on me. So no, there's not an awful lot more slack. Let's have it just down a little bit more. It will go a little bit more, but not a lot. It'll go to there, I think. I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay, just temporarily catch it on there. Yeah, why is it not? There's one half of it that is slack and the other half isn't. So, and that's because of where it goes.
Right.
One half of it goes to the other side of the destination blind. So, and this one doesn't. So, right. Okay, let's have a little look now to see if we can get a little bit further. So I've got to obviously follow these down then, haven't I? And then tuck them into the battery box, do I?
We've got some more grouping to do afterwards, but if you can try and get them to run the whole length of that wall panel,
yeah,
and then tape it there as well, then we can move on, I think.
Okay, jolly good. So I will do that. I will get them to group round. I'm just having a look at the instructions myself, and there's a small group here of wires, that I need to move out their way, and then I need to obviously get this group taped down somewhere there, if I can, which is very, very close to the battery box, so that's good in my estimation.
Yeah,
if I can get them to stay there. So just going to hopefully try and get these to stay in this area if I can. Okay, so just get them to stay there. I don't want me taping away if they do that. So there we are. Right, okay, do you want to move on to our next grouping then?
Okay, yeah. So the next we're calling the green group, and they are labelled 38. I can't actually give you colours either because it doesn't make them very clear, but they're the ones that seem to disappear under the chassis, and you've got 70. Sorry, no, you haven't. You've got 38N, which is a B cable. 41K, which is a C cable. 43D, which is a D cable. 37D, which is an E cable.
An E cable. Right, so if I'm looking at where is it? Must be that one that's curled up. Just get my tweezers and move a couple of labels around. Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you should have 38M, which is an A cable.
And that makes 5, is it?
That's correct. 5 cables, and they should be coming out from the battery box and then into the chassis there.
Into the chassis just there, yes, they do. That's at the bottom of your screen.
So it doesn't. So it says arrange them together so they come from beneath the model to the circuit board. So I'm guessing there's not really a lot you can do with that apart from.
No, I suppose I could put a little bit of tape on. I'll tell you what I might do. Just remove my finger for a minute and then try some of this tape just over that little bit, because it might be a little bit thinner than my tape. This is the tape we're supposed to use, is the black tape. So let's see if I can get it off the board. Come on, there we are. It's very thin, is this black tape, so hopefully it'll keep them together for a little while at least. There we go. So yeah, I've got them all together.
Okay, lovely. Okay, the next step is to group we're calling them the red group now.
The red group, okay.
Which are going to be coming from the rear of the bus.
Okay.
So you need to group together cables 72B, which is an O cable.
That's that one. Yep.
Again, I've got no colours here.
It'd be red and black.
But yeah, red and black. There's quite a few of them. Yeah. 71E, which is an F cable.
That's this one. So how am I going to do that then? Because that's got to come round that way. So maybe it'll go that way like that. So, and that junction might go in there. Is there enough room? Oh yeah, there's enough room to do that. Yeah. So yeah, that's 3, 4, because there's a double one.
Okay. Then you've got 72C, which is a G cable, which would be black and red.
Just check that is the G. Yeah, that's a G. Okay, yeah.
Okay, then you've got 56C, which is N.
N cable. Oh, that's the one that goes up here.
And that's connected to 89E.
Right, and it's the just there, I believe. Yeah, I think so.
So you should have 4 looks like 4 cables. You should have 1 white and grey, and then 3 black and red. One of which goes to the light bar with the circuit board with the 3 LEDs.
Yes.
One has 2 LEDs on an adapter.
Yes.
You've obviously got the destination, the rear panel with an LED by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that's just an N cable, which I think is empty, which will connect up to the bit that comes off the back.
Yeah, the N cable I have connected temporarily because of the to test the upper deck lighting. So I'm going to disconnect that one now and move that one to round the back there. Because I do believe that we do get another cable, don't we? Oh, we've got another cable.
I think you've already got it on your wiring.
Oh, I've got it on there, yeah. Crosshair, yeah.
Because it comes out from the back, goes into a plug, then you've got a small length, and then you've got another plug.
Right, well, this one I'm going to have to move so that it's a little bit better around the wiring. So just bear with me a second.
Excuse me. So with that one, you should have 4 wires in total coming out the back. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's 5 actually, because it's a double white wire that's coming out. Yeah, double white and grey wire that's coming out. But yeah, that is correct. Oh, goodness me. Now I've lost it. There it is. My eyes went then for a minute. Come on, get through there. Just go through there, please. There we are. Will that be a little bit better? Or is it still just the same? It's just the same because it's right down there where it wants to go behind another one. There. So let's pull that out again and try it again. Now I'm trying to reroute this one so that it has a better route coming out from the... There we are. That's a bit better. Okay. So I'm thinking, shall I connect that one up then already? Like I had it connected before? The N cable?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Because that's connected now. And it comes out the back there.
It's not saying to connect it yet, but what I would do is break it on the second plug.
Break it on the second plug, up here, yeah.
Yeah.
Up here, yeah.
And it's just showing that hanging out the back.
So that's going over the back there like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but bearing in mind, if once that's held in place, are you going to have reach to get up to that other one?
Well, I don't think I have, but I have actually got a spare cable somewhere that I could use. Oh, wait a minute. No, it won't. No, it won't reach that. Nowhere. So that's a bit interesting, isn't it? So is there another connecting cable? Oh, sorry about that. That is the telephone. I'm just going to give this to my wife. Oh, sorry about that. I don't normally get calls at this time of the night.
That's okay.
So, right, hopefully. So, right, okay.
Okay, so I would then connect that up, and then you can try and fit that around the frame when it comes to it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you... Come on, get in there. There we are. Okay. So I'll pop a little bit of tape over here just to get them there. And I'll use the black tape again. Sorry about the phone. It's I actually think it's Christine's brother, so that's all right. I'm thinking the battery box wants to go in there, so give them a little bit of slack. Come on, get neat. Let's have that over there. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's that. So they're going round the corner. In fact, I'm just going to give it another bit of tape around the corner to make sure that they're out of the way. So we don't want them snagging on anything, do we? So they're out of the way, round the corner, round the jolly corner. Okay. I don't like this yellow wire, yellow tape, but never mind. It'll soon get covered up with some panels, hopefully. Okay, so is there anything else we need to... Oh yeah, I suppose there's quite a bit more to do.
Yeah. So it says no notes. It just says note the position of cable 53D, which is the K one, labelled in yellow, and that's the one that comes from the hole in the side wall and runs down just underneath your bottom bit of yellow tape to the left.
Yeah, that's there. Yeah,
it just says note the position of that. That's all it says.
Yeah, and that's as you say, it's just coming out of there and running that way into the battery box. So I'm just going to manipulate one of the cables into the battery box because it's been a bit stubborn. There we are. That's out the way. Okay. That's K again, isn't it? Right. Okay. Okay.
Right. So, next step then is to remove the batteries from the battery box, which you've already done.
Yeah.
And arrange any excess lengths of grouped cables around or across the circuit boards. And then position the battery box 56B in front of the circuit board so that the holes at the top are aligned with the screw holes in part 57D. So now grabbing all them wires, neatly position them in the hole, and then try and fit your battery box
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bunging them all in. We're going to bung them all in and see where we can go from here. And obviously we don't want to be wrecking anything if we can help, and I want to try and get all these excess bits in there as neatly as we can. Go on, going in. It's going just a bit more. Okay, and then bend them over that way. There is actually plenty of room in there.
Yes.
It's just making sure that they've all got a space to go.
So as you can imagine, you can see how tight that is. I added loads more wire into mine and an extra relay to make the bus turn on and off with the Arduino. So that's the mission. Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely indeed. Yeah, that's amazing what you did there. Absolutely. So what I'm trying to do is put them in snugly. That wire's going to sit a bit funny, but hopefully it'll run where the battery box isn't going to go. And you can see where the battery box needs to go, and it's still got both its wires on up to now, touch wood. So okay, and it should go in that sort of position. Just a little bit more. Let's just move that way there. Just want that a little bit over that side. There we are. Okay. And do we have to fasten this in with some screws?
So, fix the top edge of the battery box 56B in place with 2 JP screws supplied with stage 96.
Yeah. They should be down here somewhere. JP's, was it?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, goodness me, I've got some acid after having that Chinese. Goodness me. Right, okay, so let's go for these. I'm just gonna quickly have a look at my other wiring, making sure that it'll all go in there. That wire, if that wire comes a little bit to that side, yeah, let's just push that a little bit to that side if it will. Go around there, just a tad. Come on, get around there. And then we can maybe get that. I don't want it trapping with that. No, it just won't go where I want it to go, but that's all right. Okay, let's get that in with the JP then. On the top, you said, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, 2 of them.
Yep.
Okay. Jolly good, sure. Okay. Now then, goodness me.
Well, look at that. It looks a lot neater now.
Yeah, looks a lot neater now.
Okay, the next stage of this part is just to use 2 more JP screws now to affix the battery box from the rear of the platform.
Underneath. Okay. Well, you can probably tell from my position of the bus here is that I've actually got it laid on its side, and it's actually laid on the Partwork Upgrades build cushion. So that I have, and that's because that's what you can do with this build cushion. You can lay your model down and not risk it being scratched at all. And at this stage in the build, we've got no wing mirrors to worry about or indicators. So if you're very, very gentle with it, you can actually lay your bus down on such as a Partwork Upgrades build cushion, and it'll be lovely and safe. So,
and I will actually add, with this plug, if you were interested to get a power mod for this ROUTEMASTER, Ian has them on his site too, and this is where you would be fitting that. You can fit it if you've completed the model also, but he will. There's instructions on there, and to fit the Partworks Upgrade power mod, you wouldn't be using those 2 JP screws at the bottom.
That's right.
As there'd be cables coming from there instead, so it'd just be secured with the 2 top JP screws.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and wow, Partwork Upgrades certainly was very, very clever that day when they invented that.
I remember he was talking to me about it, and I just could not work out how this was going to be done. I was stuck. I was racking my brain. How are we going to get wires to this thing? Because the only option we had at the time, as you'll see later on in the build, there's like a magnetic cover. Too much away, but anyway, trying to get wiring through that without drilling or damaging the bus, and all of a sudden I had the message come through, and I was like, wow, why isn't it? So yeah, great thought. So yeah.
Okay, is there any more chat, by the way?
Yes, there's a little bit. So Ian Campbell says latest at Warren James. Ian says, I've got to drop off all. Drew's given me some chores to be completed tonight. See you all soon. Good luck, dear. Some models vintage with the mess. Oops, I meant the wiring. Smiley face. So, good night, Ian. David Bassett says, good night, Ian. Mark's Modz says, Ian Campbell, good night, pal. Peter Webster says, see you later, Ian. Payback for sending her to the sewing room. Laugh out loud.
Good night, Ian.
John's Model Making says, night all, good luck, Dave.
Good night.
Good night, John. Peter Webster says, night, John. Danno Builds says, night at John's Model Making. And David Bassett says, good night at John's Model Making.
Brilliant. Okay, so we've got more to do, haven't we?
Okay, so it's now saying use the 4 strips of tape to fix the red, light blue, and yellow cables into place. So you have already sort of done that. Now would be the time if you want. I suppose you could add more, but if you're happy with it, leave it. But they've also got a bit of black tape holding that the K cable in as well, which is running along from the hole.
Oh, right, that one.
They've got a bit of tape running over that and the main loom all in one.
Okay, let me just do that then.
I don't think it will do. Yeah, it won't be too.
Yeah, I might as well just do it. And oh, come on. Yeah. So they've got that running across there and there, have they?
That's right.
Them two like that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's it. So that's that part done, and then we move on to step 4, which is fitting the rain shields. With the previous stage against the window frame 95D in the rear right wall frame 95A. Fix in place with 4 red BP screws.
Yeah, and the rain shield was fixed in last night.
Okay.
So that's that done.
Lovely job, Lee. So now, with that being done, you're on step 5.
Ooh.
Which is position the right wall framework 95A against the rear right wall of the model. The tabs along the top of the part 95A fit into recesses in the upper wall framework. At the right rear corner, the cables running across part 49C fit into a recess in the framework 95A at the base of the framework.
Oh.
Screw holes align with holes in the rear chassis frame. So yeah.
Okay. Right. So
all the wiring. And
I have got a joint there that I'm going to have to move, I do believe, because it's right on a joining, but there is actually a notch in the framework. So unless I can get that notch to go over there. Oh, I just have done. Yeah, it's just gone over there. So right, let's have a look at these then and see if they go where they should go. I'm just gently pushing down to make sure I can see underneath the notches in the framework to see if most of the wiring's in the notches. And at the minute, they're all in the notches. Shh. Because we're only just going to move that over just a tad little bit like that. And I do believe they're in the notch, yes. They're in the notch, yes. Just see if they're in the notch, yes. And what about this notch here? I can't actually see a notch there. Yeah, I think it just wants moving over just a tad to go in that notch there. And I think I'm just going to do it with my smaller screwdriver just to nudge them over just that little tiny bit. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And then they've popped in that notch there. And yeah, put that in there. That will pop down there, and that will pop down there. Yes. Oh, yes. Indeed. Right. Okay.
So, as long as you're happy with that, you can start to fix the rear right wall framework in place using GM screws. There are 3 along the top, fixing it into the lower deck ceiling framework.
Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Okay. And there's also 3 along the bottom.
And they're all GMs, are they?
Fix the wall. Right. So yeah. Sorry. So let's go back. So yeah, fix the rear right wall framework placing in place using GM screws. There are 3 along the top, fixing it into the lower deck ceiling framework. 70.
Yeah. So I'll just get these started. Oh, I forgot my oil. So I'll just have a little bit of oil, I think. The problem is, where am I going to put my oil? So just a second.
Give me oil.
And I'll improvise. I'll use a cap off a spray tub. So, oh, yes, that's another idea. A spray container, a oil container. So, are you all right, Horlix? Because I know that you're in pain a bit tonight.
Yeah, with just a bit of a twinge. I basically stabbed my toe on the side of the bed earlier.
Yeah.
I imagine it's the most painful thing. I heard a crack. I think I've broken the bones again.
Oh no.
And my little toe is swollen up like a balloon. And I'm just terrified I'm not going to get my shoes on tomorrow for work.
No, that's not good if that's going to happen, is it? It really isn't. So I'm just looking to see where I've got I've got a little problem here. I think it might be that joint there. Not 100% happy with that joint there, but if it'll go in, that's coming out. So I probably ought to get some GMs at the bottom to hold it at the bottom, I think, because the GMs across the top and GMs across the bottom, aren't they?
Yes, and there's and there's 3 along the bottom. Yeah,
and is it FMs that we connect the 2 frames to in the center?
Yes. Then it says fix the right wall framework 95A to the framework 94A with 3 FM screws.
Yeah, I thought that was right. It was. I'm just going to go get these GMs in. I'll cross the bottom here. So I'm not tightening everything right down at the minute because I've obviously got them to get in. So 1, 2, 3 is there. Okay. And let's get that in. Come on. Okay, and another one I think across the top. And I've got 1, 2, 3 across the top. 1, 2, 3 across the bottom. Right, okay. So we're on to FMs now, aren't we?
Okay. So yeah. Fix the right wall framework 95A to framework 94A with 3 FM screws. So
okay.
Down the joint.
I've got to press down there if it will. I don't think there's any wires in the way. Is that? I see. Yeah, I see where the problem is. Yeah, it's just a little smidgen. Little tiny bit. Why didn't I see that before? There we go. Let's pull it out of the way. And then hopefully the framework will go down.
Would you be able to flick the wire over that screw?
Yeah.
And bring it down.
Yeah, I've just done that. And it's a case of lifting the frame slightly and just taking that. I'm just going to need my other smaller screwdriver, I think. A tiny weeny screwdriver just to nudge it out the way. Just what's the word? Lift and separate? Goodness me. I don't think that's the word somehow, but there you go. It's not lift and separate, David. There we are. Sorry about that. It's not lift and separate at all. This build gets me into more bother than anything. Right, okay, so we're back to, we'll put the middle screws in now. So they're FM screws, and there's 3 of them, you said, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Serious face back on now. Right, okay, so 1 in there. Is it going to go? Yes, it's going. So I'm getting that in nice and tight, and then I'll go for the next one. A bit of oil. And, okay, so a bit of oil in there. Yep. Nice and tight. And the final FM screw. Bit of oil. sorry about my breathing. It's pretty bad today. So
it's hard work getting them screws in as well, isn't it? They do take quite a bit of force.
Yeah. Basically, my lungs aren't working properly. I've got one lung that's compromised quite a bit with my rib cage. So I do end up out of breath quite quickly and doing mundane things as you are. Okay, so I'm going to tighten all these metal screws up now all the way around, and then I think we're down to some plastic screws, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. One perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yep.
Lovely. So I don't know whether you would rather you're going to do it after the show or whatever, but in my opinion, I would do a quick sanity check, put the batteries in, and just make sure everything is still working.
That's a good idea.
In case, because we've pushed all them wires into that circuit board.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Before you start, because especially when you put plastic screws in and start taking them in and out.
Yeah, that is a perfect idea, is that? So yeah, and hopefully I can get to everything still with it still laid on its side. So I'll just pick up the batteries and I'm going to have a slap of my tea.
I'll just go through this bit of chat here. So we've got Peter Webster says, going to go now, all enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe and see you all next time. Good night. So good night, Peter.
Good night, Peter. Thanks for joining.
David Bassett says night, Peter Webster. Mark's Modz says good night, Peter Webster.
Okay, so fingers crossed, everybody, that everything goes. So let's switch it on. Okay, let's see if I can get my fingers in the top of the cabinet. Why can't I get my fingers in? Can't get my fingers into the cap. Right, come on, where are they? Frame yourself. Let's do this one first then. So, it's ever so awkward with it being laid on its side. So there's the horn in the cab, and there's the lights. Now, I think you can see the bottom deck lights. I can see the top deck lights, and I can see the outside lights at the front.
Good.
Yeah, and I can see the lights at the rear, which hopefully you can see. Let me just put that out. And hopefully you can see these at the rear. Yeah, the red lights as well. They're there, the red lights. So they're working. Right, let's go for the top button now. Oh, goodness me. I can't reach the top button.
Oh, is that for the driver's cab?
Yeah, the driver's cab, yeah.
The one I forgot about.
But there is the destination. That's that one, that one. Yeah, so you can't see that, but hopefully if I bring that round, you can see the destination board there and the other LED there.
Yeah.
And then you can't see the front. I can't get the camera to the front, but yeah, they are working without a shadow of a doubt. So
Brilliant.
that leaves us now another button up top there, doesn't it? Which is the other side. Come on. There we go.
Brilliant.
And then, so we'll wait till that stops. There we go. And the last thing that works then. Yes. There we go.
Here's your things.
Absolutely perfect. So lovely. Everything works.
And it's worth just doing that because after doing all that, you've got a risk of trapping wires, you know, connections coming out when trying to fit them. So it's good just to check as you go. But now that all works at this stage, you know, that everything will be fine going forward.
Yeah. So what I've got to do now then is put the plastic screws in. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So now step 7 is to complete the fixing of the frame. Use 8 JP screws to fix to the side walls, 49C and B.
Okay, so I've got the JP screws out here ready, and we'll go through them. Goodness me. So let me try and get these in first. So anchor this down. Yep, that's one. And there's one there, isn't there? So yep, there's one there. Is it going to go in? Yep, that's that one there. And then 2 would be up there. Come on, there we are. 2 would be there. That's 3. Okay. And another, so that's 4. So that's half of them there, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, yep.
Okay, that's that one, and then one there. Okay, that's that one. And oh, there's one up there. Yep, didn't see that one. Okay, yep. That one, yep. And then
2 more.
2 more. There's one. That's in. And then just one more, I think. Come on, there we are. I think it's there. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. And they've all gone in.
They've all gone in perfectly. Yeah. Absolutely all perfectly. So, yeah, absolutely perfect. I'm really, really happy with that. Really happy indeed.
I would be. No, it looks nice and neat as well.
That's magic. Yeah, absolutely. Do we put any more screws in these next, or do we wait for the next issue or something?
Yeah, there's nothing in there at the moment it's saying to do, so
okay,
that'll be later on.
So, does that conclude the electrics then?
It does, yeah. And the last step on this bit is to fit the roof panel.
Wow. Okay, wow. Right, so in my standard here, I'm going to actually tape these wires to the back here, just so that they're all just taped up and out of the way, and so that I don't snag them.
Okay, well, I'll just do this. It's a chat while you do that. So we've got Dave Builds says night, Peter Webster. We have Geordie Dave in the house. Evening.
Hi, Geordie Dave.
Hi, Geordie Dave. And Dave Builds says evening at Geordie Dave.
Yeah.
So I think you've been working. You've just joined. Dave has tidied up his bird's nest, and we've got something that looks rather neat there.
Yeah,
and the frame fitted.
Certainly have. Yeah, we certainly have. And I couldn't have done it without your help, Horlix. So thank you ever so much for that.
Oh, I'm sure you could have done. I'm sure.
Oh, I don't know. Right. Well, I'm going to pick this up now, and I'm going to pop it back on the board, and then I'll move this lovely cushion, and then we'll carry on work with the roof, shall we? Oh, come on. There we are. So put on its wheels first, and then I've got to make it round to the board. Okay. And then I'm going to pop it on the board. Hopefully I've got it the right way around. Actually, I haven't. So I'm going to have to put that down, move the board. So, right, there we go. Onto the board. Come on there. That's my fingers. Right, okay. I'll move this, and then we'll pop that back in, and hopefully it'll be near the camera.
Geordie Dave says evening at Dave Mac, and Gillian Doll says evening at Dave, and Geordie Dave says evening Gillian. I don't know if you still writing that.
It's the camera that's probably playing it. I'll just give it a second. Let's see what it does. If not, I'll come out and go back in again. Not playing ball, is it? So no, it's still out of focus, isn't it?
Yes.
Still out of focus. Okay, let me come on to forward-facing camera. I'll show you how much I'm sweating now. Yeah, I'm sweating. Honestly, I am. All right, let's go on to webcam again. Come on. That's better. Yeah, jolly good. Right, I am sweating cobs, but I'm as happy as Larry. So, right, okay, if you can see all right with that, I'll leave the light off.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, cool. So, with this then, we've got to now open the new pack, haven't we? So, and the new pack is issue 98, so stage 98. So, and yeah, all this is all relevant tonight. What we're doing with stage 98, it's quite a big stage. In fact, it's probably one of the biggest stages, isn't it? Really, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, tying everything together and all the framework and.
Yeah. So I'll put my NM screws there, and I'll have to just excuse me a minute when I get into the packaging. Goodness me. And we've got our roof out. Okay. So in this issue then we've got a roof panel. It does want polishing. Yeah, it does. It's got dust on it and what have you. So this roof panel will fit this other roof panel, but you'll have to work out which way round it wants to be. So as you can tell, I've just turned it round, and there it fits absolutely perfectly just in there. Okay, so in a similar manner to what we did before then, I would imagine that we're going to screw it down. I've actually lost my magazine.
Yeah. So yeah, position the roof panel on top of the model so that it butts up to the front roof panel. And then, yeah, fix the roof panel 98A in place using a total of 23 red NM screws.
23?
Yeah.
That's right.
The screws at the front fix into the ceiling frame 89A, and along the rear of the edge, they fix into the ceiling frame 90A.
Yeah.
The diagram on the left shows the view from the left-hand side, and the inset from below shows the view from the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Now, the strips 98B and 98C will be fitting using the remaining of the red NM screws in the following stage.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, and this is I don't know if you've had this yet, actually, Dave, but when I was building mine, I had to be so careful with these screws on the top, because if you tighten them up that bit too much, it can flake the paint off.
Yes.
And it happened to one of mine, or two, and then I had to really go easy on them.
Yeah. You've really got to go steady on these. So, and you've really got to take your time. So what I'm going to do for tonight's issue is that I'm going to put, I don't know, maybe put 10 in, and then we'll call it night then, because it's just a case of doing the same. So, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch me for an hour or so just putting 20 odd screws in. So, and yeah, basically what I'm doing is putting one here, one there, one everywhere. So in various gaps here, there, and everywhere, so that it actually aligns the panel better rather than just starting at one end and screwing right across. So if you put several in several places, then you can be more or less guaranteed that it's going to line up properly, can't you?
Yeah. Sorry, your camera's decided to blur out.
Again, sorry about that. In fact, I'll just get this screen, and then I think it's because it's actually so close to the bus, it's unreal. So I'll just come out of that again and give it a shunt and see what it does. So we'll come out. I'll go and do that and facing camera. Give it a second and then go back again. Okay. Any better?
Yeah.
It could be me that's it could be me it doesn't like tonight. So because when you're moving in front of your camera, it doesn't like it, does it?
No. It tries to focus on your hands because it's closer, and then
obviously your hands are busy doing something and moving, and so yeah, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just putting one or two in various places just to get it lined up. And actually, at this stage, I would more likely want to take my time, and that's because the risk of scratching is, like Horlix said earlier, is quite something. So nice and steady does it, placing your screws in, and you can always go for a final tighten once you get some in and you get it all lined up. But I would much likely prefer to just take my time and go nice and steady and enjoy what you're doing, really, and enjoy the fact that when this model is finished, there'll be people rubbing their hands over this when you're telling them they're actually screws. and they'll be saying, no, they're not screws. And you'll be saying, yeah, there's about 3,000 screws in this build, you'll be saying, and you put everyone in. So that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight then. As Horlix says, we don't put these strips on the sides yet. They'll be done in the next issue. And yeah, on the next issue, we get another roof panel. And then after the issue after that, which is issue 100, we get the front shields to go around the front windscreens, front upper deck windscreens. So all being well, you've got the idea of that. I will finish this off screen, and I'll do that in my leisure time when there's not a camera in the way and chairs and lights and everything else. So, and then an audience of 300 people watching me. So if you don't mind, I'd like to do that just nice and gently and finish that off with all the rest of the screws, just like I did with the rain shields. And obviously you get the idea. And then at the end of the day, take your nice spectacle cleaner cloth and give it a nice rub. Give it a nice good old-fashioned one of them. Hopefully it'll come nice and clean. So, right, okay. Let me come back up for a bit of air then. I'll change my camera a little bit.
Yeah, so Geordie Dave just says he's having a cup of meds to do at 10 p.m.
Okay.
So Julian Stott says good show and big thumbs up. Stuart
Thank
Sullivan,
you.
4 thumbs up.
Thank you.
Geordie Dave says hi, Stuart Sullivan. And Dave Builds says good night, everyone. You're doing a grand job, Sir Dave. I'll catch up tomorrow.
Thank you ever so much. My camera won't
And
change.
Marie says another great show, very well done.
There we are.
Very well. Another great show, very well done. To Horlix for the chat. No worries at all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, and that is chat up to date for the minute.
Okay, jolly good. Thank you very much. Well, that was accomplished with great gusto, and obviously with your expert knowledge. So thank you ever so much for that, Horlix.
No,
Thank you ever so much indeed.
that's good.
So,
really well.
And yeah, there's another 300 buses to build yet. No, I'm joking, obviously. I'm joking. So yeah, goodness me, yeah, we better talk about the Facebook groups then, don't we? Pop up the Facebook groups on the banners. So there they are. So we've got Facebook groups belonging to this this model. So build the ROUTEMASTER 112 scale, ROUTEMASTER in capital letters. Then we've got all other Facebook groups as well that belongs to all our other models that we're doing in the community. So, and in them Facebook groups, you will find a schedule, and the schedule will tell you what's on next. But basically, the schedule will say for tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. it will be the Disney Doll's House with Yorkshire Crafter and Crafty Chris, and I do believe after that it will be Danno's Universe and Geordie Dave doing the Titanic. Yeah, okay, and that's after the Disney Doll's House build. So, and for all the other programs, you can find them on the schedule in one of these Facebook groups that's running across the ticker now. So in my description, channel description, which I think you have to press an upside down triangle to get to. So there is all our YouTube channels, and in all our YouTube channels in our community. So if you're not joined to them channels, click on them and press the bell icon, one of them, and you will then be notified of the next video that comes along from that particular channel. So, and also in that notification in the channel is Partwork upgrades and Peter Curtin's sticker mods as well. That's also in the description down below. So we've done about the model, but we'll give you that again. So agoramodels.com, that's the place to go if you want one of these fantastic, wonderful, beautiful ROUTEMASTER models. So, and if you're like-minded like me and you've got 2 or 3 and you want to paint one, yeah, that is possible. It is possible that you can paint them. I'm not alone in that. I do know other people that's painted them as well. So, and then they've put different adverts and stickers on them, etc. So that is all possible if you want to do that. So, and but if you just want the standard red London Transport ROUTEMASTER bus, that's the place to go in the streamer. There is agoramodels.com, and they will sort you out with one of these fantastic, beautiful ROUTEMASTER models. And as you can tell, they're so big, they're heavy, they are a fantastic large model. And if you just look at Horlix's screen now on the top right hand corner, you'll find that Horlix has got one on his shelf there, fully modded with all the lights and everything else, all the bells and whistles. And Horlix did that on his show live, and he will show you how to do that via a Bluetooth modification as well, through himself and through Partwork upgrades through the Power Mod. So
yeah, Bluetooth mod. I've got I can't move my finger. Switches on the front to operate some of the main functions, and also got blinking side repeaters which weren't on the model, but I've added some LEDs in there as well, as so did Steve Owen and someone else as well. Who else did it? Can't think off the top of my head.
Can't think off the top of my head now. No. So but yeah, they did the Power Mods as well, didn't they? So, and yeah, it was worked out absolutely fantastic. And hopefully I'm going to be doing that on the blue one. Well, I'm going to be doing most of the mods on the blue one with the Power Mod, etc. And that's going to be quite an achievement for me, because anything to do with electrics, and I don't know.
But that's my app. Very basic. all on and off, destination blinds, interior, exterior lights, and cab light.
Wow. That's
so
fantastic.
if I push interior light on here, see they'll go off.
When you get, there you go, yeah.
And then when I turn them on, there you go.
Yeah, they come on. Yeah, fantastic.
Same as destination blinds, turn that off and on.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a headache and a lot of head scratching and a lot of help from Marvel Picks, Todd.
Yeah.
Forever grateful for the idea was in my head. We did it. There was a few teething problems. Todd came in, do you want to do this? You want to do this? And there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. And it works absolutely fantastic.
That couldn't have been done without the help of Todd as well. So
yeah. Okay, so we've covered that, and we've covered what's happening next. And I don't know what else there is to do. There's a little bit more chat, I think.
Yes, there is. So Geordie Dave says, no, Danno doing Eddie Stobart. No, Danno doing Eddie Stobart Titanic Tuesday.
Okay.
David Bassett says, as ever, great show, Sir Dave, and very well done to Alex. Just doing the instructions and the chat. Thank you,
Thank
Dave.
you very much. Thank you.
David Bassett says, evening at Geordie Dave. And Geordie Dave says, hi, Dave Bassett. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. So, goodness me. We have covered, an hour and a half or just over, and we've achieved one heck of a lot tonight. We really have. So sometime during this week, I'm going to finish this pack off with 99 and 100, and that's another roof panel and then the front window surrounds, the upper deck front window surrounds, and that'll finish off pack 10, and then I've got to upload it to the website, etc. So, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed tonight and couldn't have done it at all without Horlix's help. So thank you ever so much, Horlix. Very, very much appreciated.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be repaid in due course. Yeah, by one way or another. So okay.
I've just got a little plug. I've actually got a video going live at 10 o'clock tonight.
10 o'clock tonight?
Pre-recorded. It's just,
pre-recorded one.
Yeah, soapbox racing I went to a few weeks ago. So, yeah, just a small little video I've done. Well, I say small, it's about nearly 40 minutes long, but...
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. That'll give me something to watch when I go to bed then. So, yeah, brilliant. So, thank you very much for that. Yeah, so hop over to Alex's channel for his pre-record at 10 p.m. tonight. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be amused by that too, because it's a bit of a fun day that he had recently. So, yeah. And we've already seen a preview, and we did get a few laughs out of it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, right, it's all good, clean fun anyway. So there we are. Right, okay then. So I'm going to wish you all a good night, and thank you ever so much for being with me tonight. And thank you all very much for the thumbs up and everything. And the chat has been absolutely enormous. So a huge, big thank you to Horlix there for doing the chat. Very much appreciated, and doing the instructions as well tonight. So it's been doubly hard for you tonight. So thank you ever so much for that.
No.
We have achieved a great deal tonight. So, okay. And I think if that's it, we can say goodbye, can't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, go on.
Well, yeah, no, good night. Thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it. You know, I love playing with electrics, even though I wasn't actually doing it. It was good to see it being done, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So thank you all for watching. Please smash the like button for Dave, subscribe and all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll see you on the next show.
Okay, thank you ever so much, everybody. Good night, stay safe, and take care now.
Bye.